teach this practice. I have had a few days of kind of investigating in my own body. Hi, for those of you that are jumping on. I've created a little bit of a back bend practice for this morning. And there's a few reasons why I think at this point in our quarantine, it's kind of worth looking at the poses. Hi for everyone that's joining. It's really interesting when we can look at our practice and see what is it that feels really good in our bodies. Hi guys. What is it that we're avoiding? What is it that makes us emotional? What is it that makes us soothed? So I usually do kind of chat for a few minutes before we start the asana practice. So I'll just let anyone jump on that wants to. Something to have though while we're just getting ourselves situated is if there's some type of block or prop that's available, we are going to do a little bit of balancing today. And as always, I like to have, just in case, hello, good morning, some liquid of some sort. Traditionally in a fiery practice, we wouldn't take in liquids, but being the season that it is, I feel like the throat in general is a little bit of a sensitive area. So having something there if you are feeling like you've had less sleep or a rough few days, whatever it is, hi guys, that soothes you. Morning is a perfect time when we practice to kind of set the tone for whatever energy we want to ride out into the rest of the day. So really treat it as such. Treat it as a little bit of a place for you to nurture and release. That being said, for those of you that are already on, let's just get ourselves into a comfortable seated position. And I will share the theme that I've created. So as I mentioned, there's kind of this hump of this in-between period in quarantine. There's kind of the overall arching beginning of the quarantine, the kind of immediate response that all of us had, the turmoil, the emotions, the shift has already happened. And now we're kind of in that middle zone where we're not sure how long we're going to still be in this kind of quieter reality. We're also doing a lot less physically still. Most of us in general are still at home, kind of being a little bit more segregated with good reason. And I think that because of that, there's this opportunity, and I know for myself, to be a little bit more introspective. And I know it sounds really lovely when we talk about it in this environment where we're on our mats, and we can practice and breathe through our emotions. Morning, those of you that are joining. But it's a lot tougher to obviously stay centered and know how to navigate your feelings as stuff's coming up, whether that's, I've heard from some of my close circle friends, challenges with maybe your family members feeling a little bit more irritable because there's a lack of space in terms of getting some exposure to outside sources. Possibly anything that you have in your background, tendencies, habits, addictions, anything that has been kind of deep-seated back there might be coming to the surface for you right now to look at. Body stuff. Body issues, I think for people that have been maybe taking a few more snacks, a little bit more Netflix time. Body stuff, we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, not in this kind of surreal, unrealistic, optimal way where we're all snacking on kale chips, but in a way that feels really authentic and tailored to you. So whether that's needing to go to bed a little bit earlier, whether that's needing to increase the amount of vegetables, whether that's needing to add more breakfast, whatever it is for you. Food, nutrition, sleep, exercise, thoughts are all the medicine that we can be using right now to help ourselves feel balanced, especially because I know that this time is, it's different for us. And because of that, there's a lot more space and time to really take a good look at how we're feeling and what's going on in our lives. Whether we've navigated these changes with grace and ease, most of us, I think, have had this kind of sliding scale response. So just being gentle with yourself. And this practice that I've created this morning is going to be a pretty big focus on the heart. That being said, it's also going to be focused on opening, long, sustained hold. So it's almost like I'm going to excavate anything that is upsetting to me, that's been buried within me, that's going to hold me back, and then I'm going to stay in it and sit with it. and let it move through. Sound good? Hi to everybody that joined while I was chatting. I am Natalie, by the way, and this is my last Wednesday morning practice. So from here on, I'm going to be on Sunday mornings at 10:30. So let's get ourselves started. If you haven't already found your seat, you're going to find a cross-legged seat. And we're going to start with 2 practices. One, the breath work we're going to be doing, alternating nostril. And then we're going to be doing brahmachari breath. So brahmachari breath is basically lips together, the sound of Om coming from the back of your throat. It sounds very much like a bumblebee. And what this does is start to kind of awaken and unearth any tension within the inner body. So those kind of like little responses we might have all day to certain sounds, noises, comments that people, even the news, something that our body kind of braces against, this starts to kind of loosen that up, okay? So bump yourself up nice and tall on your block, pillow, whatever you're sitting on. Interlace your fingers. Hi guys. Stretch your palms sky high. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, reach a little taller. Exhale it out. Inhale, reach even taller. Tongue out. Good, and keeping your eyes closed. Slowly separate your hands, wiggling your fingers. Keep your breath flowing and just trace the space around you. So if you managed to catch the chat as we started our live class, navigating things that may be coming up for you that have been long-standing tension or issues, taking your hands to the floor beside you and walk your fingertips back so your chest is nice and open. Take a full breath in and out your nose. Feeling the space of your neck as you inhale, lift your head slowly to the ceiling, as far as your neck will allow, and as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Feeling this pathway, inhale, left ear, left shoulder, between body and how you interpret in your mind. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. Keeping your chin towards your chest, walk your fingers a little further back like you're leaning into your hands. Lift your rib cage. Start to slowly peel your gaze and face up towards the sky and the ceiling. Take another big breath in. Tongue out. Good. Pull your belly button in. Roll your way upright. And we're going to take ourselves into our alternate nostril breathing. So using our right hand, left hand down on our thigh, right hand towards the face. So you're going to alternate between thumb and ring finger. Okay, so that kind of this one, fourth one, high. So the middle finger and the index finger are going to close. I feel like popping a light on it might be a little bit. There we go. Sorry if it's a bit bright. I'm trying a different space in my apartment. So right hand, middle and index finger closed. You've got your ring and your thumb alternating, okay? Sitting nice and tall, breathe in. Exhale, wash it out. Closing right side, inhale left. Ceiling left, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Nice and slow. Inhale left. Exhale right, softening brow, cheeks, jaw. Inhale right side. Exhale left, dropping shoulders. Exhale, right. Inhale, right, sitting taller. Exhale, left. Inhale, left nostril, lean back slightly. Exhale, right, going into the breath to create this steady, calm platform. Inhale, right. For deeper investigation, exhale, left. And more connectivity. One more round. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Letting your right palm float face down to your lap, your leg. Feel your breath. And even if there's residual distractions or a mood, emotion sitting on your chest, sitting in the background of your thoughts, just do your best to continue to focus on the practice, on the shifts, and on each breath. You're going to interlace your fingers and press your palms just above kind of your ribs, below your collarbones. There's that bony kind of place, and then lift your elbows up. So we're going to take 4 brahmachari breaths. Again, it sounds very much like an om, except the lips are closed and it just vibrates through your mouth and down your chest and maybe elsewhere. So you're going to take a full breath in. Big exhale out your mouth. 4 rounds. So inhale. Fill up. Deep inhale. Last one. Full inhale. Full exhale. Good. Releasing your hands gently, rolling your wrists out, fluttering your eyes open. Hopefully this lighting shifts as I move back onto my mat. You're going to step right to the center and take your feet wide. That's better. So kill that light. That's much better. So just take your feet wider than your hips and start to sway from side to side. So have your feet either turned facing forward or slightly in, toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Good, and just get a feel for your right and your left foot. And again, when we're dealing with stronger kind of emotions, I find like the heavier, deeper issues that we start to kind of sit with, it's always really reassuring to feel strong in your legs. Okay? Back bends actually start from feeling really grounded in your connection to the floor. So you're going to inhale, Move over to the left, open up that left arm. Exhale, shift to the right. Okay, so as far as you want to go, inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Start to breathe a little deeper through your nose. So inhale, you might turn your chest, look over that left shoulder. Exhale, right. So getting a little bit broader with your breath and your movement. Exhale, right. Keep going. So inhale, pass the way to the left foot. Exhale, pass the weight to the right. 2 more each side. Good, coming back to center, opening your arms wide. Flip now your heels in, sit nice and low. You're gonna inhale up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, nice and wide. Building heat, inhale, look up. Exhale, drop your hips if you can at the height of your knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, most of your weight should be in your heels for balance. So inhale, your toes are spread just to keep yourself connected. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Last one. You're going to lift yourself up. Hands to your heart. Good. Make your way to the top of your mat. Have your feet hips distance unless you practice with your toes together. We're going to move quite quickly, so take a rest when you need. Reach up with your arms and your gaze. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back and fold forward and down. Lift up halfway. Drop your fingers, step your right leg back, knee to the earth. Good, sweep your arms up as you inhale. Start to take it into a little back bend. Exhale, palms to the floor. Now you're going to lift your back knee and stretch your front leg straight. With that front leg straight, I know this is a lot, sweep your arms back and then inhale, come all the way up. Hook your thumbs, look straight in front of you, and without kind of going too far, lift up and back. Okay, what's going to help you here? Tucking your tailbone, lifting your ribs. Big breath in. Exhale, take your palms to the floor, bend your front knee, step to plank pose. Lean forward. Exhale, all the way down to your tummy, and slide your fingers off on either sides of the mat. Curl your chest up. Exhale, 3 more times. Nice and smooth. Use your toenails. Inhale, ripple. Exhale, roll down. Soften what's happening inside your mouth. And just feel your lungs expand with each breath in and compress out on the exhale. Last one. You're going to slide your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your feet. Inhale, feel your lungs expand. Exhale, press straight up. Good. Round your spine, look at your toes. Exhale, up and back to downward facing. Take a breath here. Out your nose. Let's lift our heels high. Get a little heat in, look forward, bend your knees, step or float. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. So keeping it simple to start. Rise up, look up. Lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to your heart. Other side. Inhale, reach up. Interlace the opposite thumb and bow over your thighs. Lengthen as you really squeeze those knuckles. Condensing the upper back. Take your fingertips down. Left leg comes back. Dropping your knees. Sweep your arms up. Good. Let your thumbs hook. Palms together. Whatever you feel right for your mudra. Lift up and back. With those back toes steady. Exhale, fingers to the floor. So you're going to lift your back knee. Start to straighten that front leg. Good. Breathe in. Pull your chest forward. Start with the right arm reaching back, then the left arm. You're going to slowly roll your way up. Looking straight ahead for balance. Lots of weight in that front foot. And then lean just your arms back so your chest gets this nice big expansiveness. Back leg is straight and strong. You're high on your left toes. Exhale your palms to the floor. Good. Let's step back, plank pose. Lean forward. Exhale all the way down to your tummy again. This time take your fingertips back by your hips, untuck your feet. So you're in your cobra. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders on your back. If you feel you can, float both feet up. And start to rock forward and back. So this very little kind of subtle lift. On an in-breath, inhale, exhale, you drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you roll forward. One more. Exhale. Everything lifts. Look forward. Soften to the mat. Take your hands underneath your shoulders as you breathe in. Toes are tucked. Exhale straight up to push up. Now puff up your upper back. Look at your toenails. Downward facing dog. Breathe through your nose. Exhale out your nose. Look forward. Strong straight arms. Bend your knees. Get ready to prepare to hop or step. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Scoop your arms up. Palms to your heart. Adding on, lift your right knee. Exhale, warrior three. So we're going to stay here for a moment. Breathe in. Okay, so you can see me. Palms at the middle of your chest. Shoulders on your back. And pressing your right heel out as you roll your left hip in line with your right. Okay, breathe in. Push your heart forward as you exhale. Slowly, taking your fingertips right underneath your shoulders. You're going to push from the floor and stack your right hip higher. And exhale your knee down. So you're dropping your right hip lower to the floor. So now you're going to stack your right hip higher on an in-breath. And exhale your knee down. Really leaning into that left foot. You're going to feel this in the left hip crease likely. One more time. Exhale. Right knee comes in. Now we're going to add a little extra opening for the back body. As you curl your forehead in, you can get fancy here. You can take the left hand around your left ankle. You can squeeze your right knee in. Heel nice and close to your seat and just fold forward as best you can. Shoulders away from your ears. Lean into this last one. Good. Take both hands back to the floor as you lift and lengthen. Good. You're going to hop your left foot to the back of your mat. You're going to stack your hips open in downward facing dog and step forward to warrior one. So take your time if that felt a little complicated. Roll your way up. Inhale, breathe. Close your palms and lift your heart. Elbows are bent. So now we're starting to work into opening up the side ribs. Okay, if this is too much, take the whole shape and look forward. If the back bend aspect doesn't feel right for your lower back, or you're just not feeling super grounded today and it's a bit wobbly, look straight in front of you. Okay, otherwise lift and lean back. Exhale, try and really get those elbows closer. Palms are pressing in. Last breath. From your back heel, lift your spine up, circle your arms around behind you, open up across the front of your chest and dive inside your right thigh. Now you might, like I did, feel a bit wobbly and walk your front foot wider. Let's take 3 breaths here. Keep hugging your hips to the center of your mat. They like to wing out to the side. Give your head a little shake, a roll, and exhale a sigh, whatever needs to happen. Last inhale here. Good, you're going to roll all the way back up. Sweep your arms to the sky, reach up on an in-breath. Exhale, let's vinyasa. Place your palms down, lift your left heel, step back, lower all the way down. Hands off the mat again, curl your chest up. Stick your tongue out. But stay in this upright position as you inhale. Lower about halfway down. Now in that halfway mark, you're going to squeeze your shoulders further down your back, away from your neck, and you're going to lift your your right leg, and spread your toes wider. You're just going to stay in this compressed space, feeling it in your mid, probably to low back, and try to soften somehow. So keeping that curve nice and even. Nothing should feel jarred. If so, come slightly out of it. 2 more breaths. Good, last one. Keeping the right foot lifted. Take your last inhale, keeping the right foot lifted. Exhale, lower all the way down. Hands underneath your shoulders, left toes tucked. Inhale, lift up to plank. Right foot is off the floor. Right knee into chest. Good. Look forward, and you're going to step. High lunge. Sweep your arms up. Now this one, keep your palms the distance of your shoulders. So you can really feel the sides of your torso, palms face in. You're going to sink into your lunge as far as you feel comfortable and beam your chest up and out. For 3, 2, soften into your feet. Feel steady and bright. Good. Inhale, come out of your back bend. Hands to your heart. Lean forward, step into the right leg. Lift that left knee up as high as you can into your hands. So as you lift your knee up, push your left hip down. Breathe in. And exhale, step your left foot down. Let's take one vinyasa between sides. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, lengthen. Set your hands, step or float back. Your choice how you take your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Let's take 4 breaths. Weight in your heels, fingertips rooted. So now we start to take that active energy, that movement, that power, and we let it disperse in stillness. Last one. You're going to look forward at your hands. Bend your knees deeply. Step or hop feet, hip distance. Lengthen on an inhale. Bow on an exhale. Scoop your arms up, come to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now you're going to stay for a breath here and really ground into your heels. With your belly button pulled back, left knee lifts. Exhale, warrior 3. So first just find that shape. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Often they round down to the floor. Kick your left leg straighter. Push your heart forward, even if your right leg is bent. Make the focus your upper body. Big breath in, look forward slightly. Take your hands down slowly, and then push from the ground, stacking your left hip, and then exhale, left knee in and lower your left hip slightly. So you really feel this in the right leg. Inhale, lift your chest and that left big toe. Exhale, rounded. 2 more times on your own. With breath, exhale. Last one. This time you're going to stay. Good, stay nice and low. Squeeze the left knee in. Maybe your right hand comes to your right ankle. Maybe you draw your forehead closer to your knee. Squeeze that left leg in super tight. Doing your best to get your shoulders from over connecting to gravity, so pulling them up your back. Fighting that hunched, crowded feeling. Last breath. Taking hands to the floor, lift and lengthen. You're going to plant your palms flat, keep your left leg bent. Hopping your right foot to the back of your mat, then stack your left leg open. 3-legged downward dog and step through to warrior 1. Turn your right heel, rise on up. Close your palms, sink into your prayer. So first option is to just stay looking forward. As you bend your elbows, you'll feel this in your shoulders. Second option, wrap your right hip forward and start to lift up like you're drawing the energy out of your hips. Breathe for 3. Right. Find that tipping point where you feel right on the edge of your breath, really present, but without feeling stressed. Last one. Straighten your arms, lift your chest upright. Interlace your hands around behind you. Roll your shoulders open. Exhale, dive your heart inside your left thigh. Drop your head, 3 breaths. Try and work your knuckles to the right side of your mat. Relax your face. The more you can squeeze and lift your hands behind your back, the more you're going to feel this in your shoulders. Last one. You're going to squeeze your hands, roll all the way back up. Sweep your palms to the sky, look up. Exhale, vinyasa. Lift your back heel, step back, lower all the way down. Good, curl up to your cobra. This time taking your hands just slightly wider, not as wide as off the mat. Palms are flat this time, the left leg floats up. So really working with your hands flat, your shoulder heads away from the floor. Often we think we're back bending, our shoulders are drooping. Squeeze them into your back. Left toes are active. Right toes are pressing down. Last breath. Lower your forehead, keep that left foot off the floor. Hands underneath your shoulders, right foot tucks, inhale up. Exhale, left knee into chest, round everything. Step to your high lunge, rise. Again, those hands are the distance of your shoulders. Lift up and back. If you feel you've got more space, sink into your lunge and lift up and back for 3, 2, let back legs charge, do the best you can. Exhale, hands to your heart, lean forward, bend into that front leg and lift your right knee up, hands to your shin, invite it towards you. Try not to grip in your upper body, last breath, and float your right foot down underneath your right hip. Vinyasa, inhale, reach up, exhale, fold and bow. Nice and slow lift. Step or hop back. Downward dog, 4 breaths. From here, heels come high. You're gonna roll over the top of your feet and lower your knees down to the floor. So sitting back for a moment, all of that upside down high work, rotating your wrists. For those of you that don't practice a lot of vinyasas, or maybe you do, it's still really easy and common to fatigue certain ligaments, tendons, and parts of the shoulders and the wrists. Okay, we don't want to stress the hands. So you're gonna inhale, come onto your knees. Okay, step your left foot forward and slide your right knee a little further back. So right fingertips are on the floor, your left arm's gonna open and close, reaching forward as far as you can. Now I'm gonna wall here, which feels really good to press my left hip back. So you can inhale, open your left arm, and exhale, sink down and press forward through your chest. Inhale, open. Let's do this one more time. And exhale, sink into that front foot. Really keep the left knee close. Now as you turn and rotate your chest to the left, this time you can either wrap your left arm behind your back. This feels amazing for the shoulder. You can let your head drop to the right. If you'd like to add that back quad stretch, take your hand to the outside of your right ankle and press your heart towards your left knee to your heart. Now keeping the right toes active so your knee feels secure and safe. So a lot of this rotation in your ribs is also contributing to how far you go in your back bends and your heart openers. Maybe you come to your right elbow. You stop anywhere along the journey though. For me, that feels like I could stay there, but it's a little bit sweeter if I don't go that deep. So 4 more breaths. Movement. Movement creates freedom. Movement creates release. Movement reminds us that everything shifts. Right? All of life is movement. Last inhale. Exhale. So how we participate with that, left hand to your thigh, dropping your back toes down, is up to us, and it's going to shift. Both hands are on the inside of your left foot. Okay, you're going to lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest. Let's stop actually for a moment and untuck our back toes. Now if you have any issues with your lower back, anything's pinching, just bump your hips back and stay here. Okay? If you feel you can go a little further, you're going to lift your chest. Maybe walk your left hand outside your left hip, right hand a little wider. Now that left knee is not drifting out, you're pulling it in. Fingers start to lift up and back. Again, listen to your breath. Deep back bends require pretty steady participation and breath and focus. Pushing the top of your toes down. If you've got more room, you're going to walk your hands a little further back. Maybe letting your head drip back. This is way too much. You're here. 2 more breaths. Last one. If you're back here, you're pulling your left thigh to the midline, pushing into the top of your back foot, walking your way forward, planting your hands down, tucking your right toes. And let's take the left leg back and up. Now really keeping that steady right heel to the mat so you can navigate how that left hip now feels. Nice and slow, nice and slow. Good. Stretch the left leg out, stacking the hip. Exhale, left knee to nose. You're going to hold here, round your back, and really press down through your palms. So it's kind of nice to hop your right foot in and hop your right foot back. I know it feels very strange. Stretch the left leg back and up. Beautiful. Exhale, step to your left thumb. High lunge again. Now here we go. So that back bend, sink into your front thigh, lift up and back. Now you've got more space in your hips. Big breath in, tongue out. Wake your fingers up. Exhale, vinyasa. You don't need to be going as far as I am. Just listen to how your body wants to move this morning. Downward facing dog. Let's pedal our heels out. Pedal the heels. Bend the knees. One more breath. Sinking both feet down to the floor. This time keeping the pelvis square to the mat. Right leg's going to reach up. You're going to step through warrior 2. Now make sure that right foot's in the middle of the mat as you come all the way up. Here's the long hold. Sink into your front thigh. Okay, I'm doing this with you, so I'm feeling this too. Hands at the height of your shoulder. You're going to pull your low ribs in. Press your shoulders down your back and turn your chin over the right arm and find your focal point. Just breathe. When you find that Zen zone where you can kind of sustain the work, if you're really present, feel free to close your eyes. Your right heel anchors straight down through earth. Your face gets a little softer. You can feel your heartbeat hammering. You can feel the room slow down. Right, so this is really great practice for feeling intensity but staying with it. Right, 3 more breaths. Last one. Good, you're going to flip your right palm up, lift your arm up, grab your right wrist with your left hand, and lift up and back. Feel with your head, your upper body, where your balance is. If you want to sway back and forth, right, just kind of feel from the ground up where you feel the steadiness. Inhale, reach your arms out, straighten your right leg. Let's take the back foot a little closer and go right into our triangle pose. Okay, option to take your hand on your hip if you're feeling a little tired. Let's focus on moving that right hip back, the chest forward. Breathe for 4. So still quite a fiery, active breath. You can probably feel the energy shifting. Maybe taking your top shoulder back on an inhale. Let's take the left hand down, slide the right foot a little closer to us. Now you're going to step into the right leg and move into your half moon pose. Now if this is as far as you want to go, let's focus on lining the legs up so that you're not up here, you're down here. And you're turning your chest to the side, you're pushing your heart forward, you're not collapsing.
right? And maybe you've got that block underneath the right palm. And I'm talking really fast and I'm teaching really steadily. So if you do need to go slower, please do. Look down if you're interested in going further. Bend your left leg and reach for that ankle with the hand. Now once you feel like you've got a steady connection, start to pour your heart forward, your big toe up to the sky. Again, only go as far as your breath will let you. Let's breathe for 4. Watch that bottom leg is not locked in the knee for 3. For 2. Stay present. Last one. To come out of this pose, you're going to bend your left knee if you've got your ankle. Slowly lower your left knee beside your right and step your left foot in front of your right. Okay? Lean into your left foot, pour your heart down and bow. Give it a little shake. Woo-hoo. Good. Lift up and lengthen. Step your right foot beside your left. Circle your arms up. Let's vinyasa. Wash that through. Exhale, bow. Lift up. Step, or feel free to just move slowly, hopping only if you're feeling really ready to. Inhale, lift. Downward dog, 3 breaths. So feeling the difference in those sides. Slowing yourself down. Inhale high to your toes. Sit down on your knees. Toes stay tucked and walk yourself back so you're sitting on your heels. Now this adds some pressure to your feet. If your knees don't like that, then just untuck your feet or take a block underneath your sit bones. Rotate at the wrists. Big breath in. Exhale out. Breathe in again. Exhale out. Good, last one. This time your right foot is stepping forward. Okay, you're going to take your right foot forward, slide your left leg a little further back. Always listening to the difference in the sides. No worries if there is like a lot of space between the right and left. Right arm opens up and exhale, reach forward. Now because we know this side will go a little swifter. Inhale, open. Exhale, bow in. 2 more. Keep that right knee hugging nice and close. Last one. This time, either right hand to your thigh, rotating your chest, dropping your head to your left hand. If you're going for the ankle, reaching around for the outside of the left foot. And breathe. Pressing your heart forward, keeping your front thigh nice and close. Find your zone. Exhale out your mouth if it starts to feel like a lot. But again, sometimes a lot is not necessarily an indication you need to back off. Sometimes a lot just means new territory. Big breath in. Out your mouth. 1 more here. Good. Gently releasing your back foot. Both hands come down. Back toes are now untucked. You're going to walk your hands up and onto your front thigh. So again, you can stay in this back bend here. You can start to walk your hands down to the floor and lift up and back. Okay, feel the inside of your front foot. And again, if this is too much, there's no problem being in a place that feels maybe not as far as you can go, but in a way that is going to nurture your whole experience and feel better ultimately. Not just tire you out. Right, big breath in. Exhale. Last one. If your hands are back here, from your back toes, you're pouring your heart forward, up and down. Plant your palms, tuck your left toes. Let's lift our left knee and right knee into the chest. Good. Shift your foot back, look forward. Vinyasa. Almost there. Downward facing dog. Okay, I'm going to switch sides. Your left leg's going to reach up into the air so you can see me. Hips stay squared. Big breath in. Step through for warrior two. Sweep your arms up. So again, finding that right distance for your body. You might need to lengthen your stance. You might need to pull your torso back. Ribs in, tuck your tailbone, turn over your left shoulder. Settle into your breath. One of the things here, I think that people will get really thrown with long holds is that some of the bigger muscles take over the work. Amp your breath up as I chat. Imagine your thighs hugging in and your shins, your front shin pressing down and your back shin pressing out powerfully. So you've got all these directions. Belly button lifts, heart goes up, fingers go out. Good, keep breathing. Feel free to close the eyes, soften the face. So emotional or feeling like there's a lot coming up is not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's the catalyst before the clearing, right? The new beginning, the release of something old. But I'm not sure that we always know how to feel or navigate long extended periods of discomfort, right? So big breath in, out your mouth, 2 more breaths. Flip your left palm sky high, reach your arms up, take your wrist in your right hand, lift up and out of your front hip. Just for a moment, move around. Last one. From your back foot, reach your arms out and straighten your left leg. Now I personally prefer a shorter triangle pose. Shift your hips back, reach forward through that left hand, plant your palm down, shin is great, block is great, and turn over your right shoulder. Hand on the hip is great. As you draw your ribs in, you're leaning back. Make your practice yours, don't ever compare or scrutinize to anyone else's, right? It's tailored to you, it's made for your body, it's designed for your body. 2 more breaths. Let's open the top shoulder back, and then looking down, right hand to the floor. Let's first slide the left foot a little closer underneath us so that that right leg just pops up. Left hand can be on a block for your half moon. So first option is to find your steadiness in your half moon pose. Then Ardha Chandrasana becomes possible. Lots of kind of variations can evolve from the main poses. So your right knee is going to bend. Looking down at the floor is by far the easiest for balance, and you might reach for the right ankle. Press your heart forward. Press your right big toe skywards. Both shoulders move down your back. Lighten the connection in your right hand so you're not really dumping down to the floor. Last one. To come out of the pose, draw your right heel closer. You take your right hand down and step your right foot in front of your left toes. Now again, you can always be higher with your hands. Drop your forehead, lean to your right foot. Oh yeah. So we're almost cooling down. Wiggle around, add any extra size that are needed. Lift and lengthen halfway up. Step your left foot beside your right. Come to the back of your mat, or wherever you are, your front of your mat, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold them, bow. Vinyasa it clean. Lift and lengthen. Place your palms. Vinyasa through. 2 breaths in, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to lift onto your toes, bend your knees, and hop right onto your seat, coming onto your back. So cooling off quite quickly without dispersing the focus. Hands come to the outside of your feet. You're going to draw your knees out to the sides. So if you need to rock from side to side, pressing your tailbone forward to really get that thorough clearing in your back. You can rock all the way to one side and all the way to the other. Right, whatever feels really juicy for your kind of closure. Last one. Coming back to center, you're going to take both knees together, squeeze your knees in, and press your right heel forward. Okay, so if you can see me, right heel forward, left knee in nice and close. So these are great ways to release back bend practices. They're simple, right? They encourage breath to the back. They remind you of the floor. There's less effort. Today, instead of going into a twist though, we're just going to take that knee slightly in. So just a little bit of kind of acute pressure around the IT, the outer left hip. Good, one more breath. And then return the left knee towards the left armpit and lift your head, look down your body, right toes face up, and take your hands to your foot and squeeze really close. One thing that likes to happen with your right leg is the toes drop open. So keep pointing the toes up, pressing from the inner thigh forward. Lower your head on an in-breath and switch legs. Inhale, right knee in, left heel forward. So again, shoulders down your back, breathe in. Out your mouth. So as you press your left heel out, you keep softening into the right hip. So full breaths. So hopefully you feel kind of energized and really present in your body, steadied. Let's guide that right knee slightly to center. Right, only you know the medicine that will work best. Sometimes less effort, sometimes more effort than normal. Sometimes less poses, sometimes swifter motion. Whatever feels right today, just observe. Take your right knee back to the right side. You're going to inhale your head up, reach for the foot, and actively press out the left heel. So pulling everything in, but shoulders not crowding the neck. Pushing your foot into your hands, last one. And releasing your head down. Now let's take our feet today in butterfly. So you're on your back. If this doesn't feel good for your pelvis or your lower back, then just stretch your legs out into full shavasana. Left hand on your belly, right hand to your heart. Shoulders intact. So you're going to take a full breath in. Out your mouth. We're going to take those 3 brahmachari breaths that we did, just to release any last lingering tension. So it's an Om with the lips closed. So let's do it together. Inhale slowly. Exhale out. Fill yourself up. Full breath in. Last one. Let your next few breaths just ebb and flow. And if you're content with your feet as they are, stay here or stretch your legs out into full shavasana. Staying for as long as you need. I'll just close our practice and letting yourself drift again in the space that you've created. Feeling your breath, feeling your essence, and softening into the moment. Releasing layers that are attached to the past or the future outcomes. May we ultimately practice through these times to become closer and more connected to ourselves. From that source, all possibility stems outwards. And though the outer landscape may change, may we stay deeply committed and connected to the practices that bring us back again and again to ourselves. From that place, we can connect. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I wish you a lovely day. I'll see you Sunday. Namaste. Take care.